what is it in plant foods that's causing us ill health?
Well, it's their nature, really. Their nature is to be poisonous, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for them, unfortunately for us. They are one of the oldest living organisms on the planet, or kingdom of organisms. They were one of the first that evolved on this planet, the first to be created. And so then animals and insects came in and they started preying on them and eating them, and so fungus and so on did as well. So in order to survive, the ones that survived had to have defensive means, and they can't run away or fight back like an animal can. They're stationary, and so they need other sorts of defenses. And one of their main defenses is by actually being poisonous. And so they make a lot of defensive chemicals and toxins that can be directly harmful to animals and insects, or they can be indirectly harmful, so they don't necessarily kill you, but they can make you unwell. Dr. John Parker said that plants are the great chemists of the world. They make about 1 million different chemicals. Most of them are defensive in orient. You just get rid of fiber and you largely reduce and carbohydrates. Obviously, we don't know how much each one is contributory in that study, but you eliminate those things, you largely eliminate a lot of the things that are causing a lot of harm. And what comes with carbs? Gluten. And so you're getting rid of the gluten, you're getting rid of things that can cause leaky gut, you're getting rid of the exposure to your body of these lectins and bacteria that your body can cross-react with and cause Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. And there are a number of other things that plants can do. They have protease inhibitors in wheat, soy, and many other plants that block protease, which is an enzyme from your pancreas that breaks down proteins into their constituent amino acids so that you can absorb them. And then you get these bacteria working on them. So they say, oh, look at all these bad things that happen with your gut bacteria if you eat meat. No, it's only if you eat meat with fiber and all these digestive disruptors. In fact, we actually do have very carnivorous adaptations. We have a very, very low pH, very acidic stomach acid that is in keeping with other carnivores, and even approaching that of carrion animals like vultures, right? So we're actually very low. We're certainly in the carnivorous range of stomach pH. It's around 2, sometimes 1.5, 1.5 to 2. Cow is anywhere between 4 and 6, right? So it's much different. This is a logarithmic scale, right? So that's a big difference between 2 and 4, or 2 and 6. And we have a proportionately longer small intestine, because that's where we need to get all of our nutrients absorbed. And our colon is actually relatively short. Other primates that eat fibrous food, they have that the other way around. Their small intestine is small and their large intestine is much larger and much longer, because they're what's called hindgut digesters. And so they digest it and absorb this food in their colon and in their cecum, which is the first part of the large intestine. And we know of it as an appendix, which is that big. So instead of thinking about this for literally 1 second and saying, okay, well, something's going on here, maybe something we're eating or doing is affecting us in this way, we just radically changed the way that we ate after the 1977 USDA declaration that fat and cholesterol cause heart disease. So stop eating meat, stop eating fat, stop eating eggs, eat more fruits and vegetables and carbs and sugar and seed oils and all that sort of garbage. Unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fat. Where do you get those? Those are industrial seed oils, right? And full of omega-6s, which are toxic.
So does a meat-only diet, give us full nutritional profile?
Right. There are people alive right now on this earth, entire civilizations, in fact, that go generation after generation only eating meat. And what do you know? They're still alive and they're still having kids, and those kids are having kids, and those kids are having kids, and so on for thousands of generations only eating meat, or nearly exclusively eating meat. And up near the North Pole, where the Inuit are, what plants are available for them to eat? None. If you're having a bit of spices or having some coffee or these little sorts of things, that's still better than almost everyone else on earth and what they're doing. So I mean, that you're still in good shape. But I do find that even just a small amount of these other things can actually be a problem, and especially for people with autoimmune issues. Even pork and chicken and dairy causes big problems with people with autoimmune issues. Now, they'll be a lot better than if they're eating plants as well.